Hey y'all, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and tell you to hold the screen because Granny's got a lot in this video too because I don't get to make videos throughout the day like I'd like to, working the full-time job, trying to do the social media thing just to bring in a little passive income on the side. And, life is just busy, right? And there are a lot of things that contribute to Granny's busyness. So, um, as you all know, we live in the camper, but we dry cabin live. So there's chores that we do that's outside of the normal for everybody else. So that also takes up time for us. And people don't realize, like, living in a camper is great. Okay, don't get me wrong. I am very, very, very thankful for my tiny little home and the fact that I own it. I own my own home. Okay, but there are just things that we do because we are living this way for right now to fix our credit, get our shit straight, and get us what we would really like to have. Okay. All that being said, um, so Granny has to pile lots of information into videos. I had mentioned in a video yesterday that Granny is going to be one of her goals for 2026 is to refine and define her path, her true path. I've just sort of been, I guess since 2014, I've just sort of been trying to absorb as much information as I can. I started out on Pinterest a lot like some witches do, um, but we'll backtrack in just a second. Let me take a sip. I've always been witchy. I started learning about Wicca in high school. Yes, the craft came out, but that's not why I started learning about Wicca. I started learning about Wicca because I had a good friend whose parents were very hippie-like, but they also had some Wiccan practices. And I just became interested. But I'd known my whole life that I was different. I had spiritual gifts. And I don't know what else to call them because I was raised in church and I exhibited some of the gifts that are mentioned in the Bible at a very early age, like being able to interpret dreams. And I have a gift with understanding people, even if they don't speak my language. Now, how is that significant? Well, if you remember tongues. The tongues incident in the Bible where cloven tongues of fire came down and touched the tops of the heads of the men that were in the upper room and made them able to understand each other's languages because they were speaking their own native language, but they could understand each other. Okay, so the Romans were speaking to the Greeks, and the Greeks were speaking to the Hebrews, and they could all just understand each other, but they were all speaking their own languages. That's what happened in tongues. It wasn't a bunch of going on. And I don't care. If you're offended by that, I can't help you. I'm sorry. That's just, it is what it is. That is what happened in the upper room. Now, whether it was magical or some deity did this, I don't know. It's just a historically recorded event, but we're moving forward. I've always known that I was a witch, and I just, in 2014, I let go of the religion that I'd been brought up in. That was the beginning of the end for me with Christianity. And the reason being, nothing was helping. My daughter was in crisis. Our family was in crisis. We were trying to get a P3DO. Convicted, and nothing was working. Called out to Hecate, and boom, probably 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. Miss Oakes, we went to court this morning, and he's been convicted on all 3 charges. That was music to my ears. That journey started in 2014. And by 2017, in 2017 is when I called upon Hecate. And I decided that I was done. I was done relying on a deity that was empty and cold and never responded to anything I ever asked for. Ever. Nothing. Okay? And from there, I just went on a journey. And I've been on that journey, studying who I am, why I am the way I am, why I've had the dreams I've had, why I'm able to tell you what your dream means, why I'm able to sit with you and know things about you that I shouldn't know. So I wanted to take the witchcraft path because of those gifts. Those gifts that I've been told were from the devil. It just made me want to do it even more. So my official witchcraft journey started in 2017, but well before that. I've been a witch my whole life. It's just I didn't know what to call it. And when I did know what to call it, I was told that was evil, so I didn't call it that. Long story short, here we are. So today I do have to work today, so I'm trying to get in a little bit of reading. I'm reading this book. It's of Blood and Bones by Kate Freller. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, so I'm just going to stop there. I've tried to absorb from many paths information as an Appalachian practitioner primarily. But I think I may be moving out of the Appalachian genre, so to speak. It's not really, that's not a proper word, but I think I may be moving away from some of those traditions, and moving into my own path, which is more Hecate related and demonic divine related. Now, that raises eyebrows, I know. And yes, I can take the Appalachian magic and I can make it my own, and I can utilize the name of any deity that I want to. I understand that. Okay, I can take even the words from that Bible and use it and insert any deific name that I'd like to. I get that. And I've been working on that as well. It's just I think that my desires lean more towards Hecate and the demonic divine. And what brought me there, you might ask, was Jesus himself. I've made that discovery in just the last year or so, that it actually really was Jesus who led me there. And do I still believe in Jesus? I certainly do. But I believe in him in a consciousness. I believe that whenever he sacrificed himself, that his consciousness stayed very much alive. And I believe that he chose to not come back in the flesh. Now, I understand that a lot of people who are Christian practitioners are going to disagree with me there. They believe that he is going to come back in the clouds one day, and that's fine. I'm not saying that making fun of you. That is your belief, and that your prerogative to believe so. And I think this video is probably going to be on YouTube because it's going to be quite long. But I am moving forward in my practice. I'm trying to gain some new information. I'm also revisiting this book that my daughter purchased for me because I would like to find out what my sign has to offer. Its element is air, and I'm pretty sure that if I could tap into that, it would be a game changer for me. So I'm trying to learn more about astrology. And I'm starting with my own sign, and what that means for me as a witch. But Granny always has a lot going on. So I will try to share that journey as much as I can. As I'd stated in the video yesterday, I do have to get my shit together because I've been told that I'm supposed to be a leader. I'm supposed to be a teacher. I'm supposed to be a mentor. And ever what that means is it will be revealed to me as I go along my journey and I get my shit together and I become what they are telling me that I should be. Sometimes we have to wallow in our own self doubt, self pity, and then we have to wake up one day and we have to say, you know what, no more. I know who I am and I'm going to stand in that power. And so that's where I'm at with things. I know who I am. I know that regardless of whatever my magic looks like, it will be nature based. Because nature is my true calling. It's where I feel at home. And so anything within the spiritual paths that I am choosing that relates to that, that's where I'll be. I don't know what that's going to look like in the future. I don't know how much Appalachian inspiration is still going to be in my magic. Because there are some things I don't want to let go of, like my money beside the door, my little money jar, I probably shouldn't have revealed that, but there are protections in place, so it's okay. Things that we do here, traditions, superstitions, you might say, that I practice daily, that I use, kitchen witchery. I'm going to tell you that first and foremost, above anything, I'm a kitchen witch. Every single dish that I prepare, the spices are thought of, they are well thought out, they are used for their medicinal and their magical purposes. A lot of Appalachian magic is kitchen witchery, okay? But a lot of it is praying and laying on of the hands too. And that's just what we do because we are faith healers, all right? And speaking of healing, that is the main purpose of my magic. If you could boil my magic down to one thing, healing is definitely it. I want to help myself. I want to help people. I want to heal physical body, mental situations, and I'm not trying to replace any of these doctors, okay? Please do not take me the wrong way, as I know some of you are still going to take me the wrong way. But what I want to do is to be able to help people to heal themselves as well. I want them to heal their finances. I want them to heal their emotions and their mentality and their physical and their spiritual bodies. Okay, I used to do a monthly working for the community, and I'm going to start that back up the next new moon cycle we have this year. I will be starting back doing my community working. It was a powerful working, and I don't care. Nobody can convince me that it was otherwise, but I'm going to start doing it again because I feel that reaching out to my community and loving on my community in that way is something that I am definitely called to do. For those of you that are new here, I know this video has been a lot. I don't usually make videos this long. That's the reason that it is here on this platform and not any others. But I hope that this helps you to understand me a little bit more and to understand that I am definitely still on a learning journey. Okay. Now I do have information and I know where I can get information. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me and we will get that answer together. If you would like to, you can go to my Ko-fi. That's Ko-fi. Put it in your browser. Go over there. I'm at Granny Jokes 46, just like I am anywhere else. You can subscribe for as little as $1, and you will get content there. You will get content here. You will get content on my other platforms. Sometimes well before anyone else does. There will be stuff available for you over there. And like I said, that's for as little as $1. But also be aware that little dollar, I get 48 cents of it. Okay, I don't get the whole dollar, so it's because of PayPal fees and all that stuff. But you can also subscribe to me on YouTube. That's free. You can subscribe to me on TikTok. I have tiers set up over there, I do believe. Or I've chosen for it to be $3. I'm not sure. I'll have to go look at that because it's been a while since I've had a subscriber over there. So Anyway, with all of that being said, I hope that Granny has brought you up to speed as to where I'm at with things in my life right now. Sort of a reintroduction video too, I guess. Be aware that there will be, I won't call it my introduction video, but I will also be posting a video very soon on all of my platforms that lets people know what I do and do not tolerate. Because, you know, you have to do that. You have to let people know who you are. But I love you. Stay with you, bitches.